Afternoon, everybody. Thank you very much for allowing us into this space. Thank you to Abu Mahir, thank you to Adrid, and thank you to Zohrot. And thank you very much to all the people from Lubya who have come here today. We are here as Jewish South Africans to acknowledge that the Nakba took place. This is the forest that we planted, whether we like it or not. Whether we knew it or not, the money that we donated to the JNF bought the seeds that grew into these trees that cover your houses, your wells, and your sacred places. While this forest may be an attempt to erase the memory of Lubya, there can be no denying what happened here. These stones, these graves, these wells, these cacti plants are all bearing witness. Now, as Jewish South Africans, we've come here to this forest and to the ruins of Lubya in order to acknowledge and take responsibility for this injustice. We are handing over pledges signed by scores of other Jewish South Africans, at least 200 other Jewish South Africans who, like us, wish to commemorate, acknowledge, and make symbolic reparation to the people of Lubya and their descendants. We cannot undo the past. However, as South Africans who continue to grapple with the legacy of land dispossession, we commit to challenging greening as an act of obliteration. We see clearly the parallels with what is happening in historic Palestine and what has happened in our own country's apartheid past. We know the importance of joint struggle. So we are coming here today to stand with you, to be part of a joint struggle to overcome injustice. We are here to acknowledge that during the lead up to and following the Nakba, hundreds of villages were destroyed, lands were dispossessed, and hundreds and thousands of people were forcibly displaced. Lubya is but one of these villages, we know this. But through the South African forest, under these palm trees, we feel we are directly implicated. We know we are not the only Jewish people who feel this way. So we are calling on Jews around the world who bear the same responsibility to recognize the destroyed villages under the forest planted in their names, and to come here to also acknowledge the Nakba.
I will read the text of this pledge on behalf of the 200 South African Jews who have signed it. As a Jewish South African, I wish to declare that whether as a child or as an adult, I have made a donation to the Jewish National Fund by contributing money into a JNF blue box, or by accepting as a gift a certificate stating that the JNF has planted trees in my name. Such a contribution was made prior to my understanding the true and hidden role that the JNF has played in Israel-Palestine. In particular, the administration of land on which scores of former Palestinian villages had been located prior to the 1948 war, in a manner calculated to destroy both the physical evidence and the memory of these villages. The consolidation of land for the purposes of exclusive Jewish control, ownership, and use, and active participation in the campaign to Judaize the Negev through the forced removal of Bedouin inhabitants from their land. I wish to record my condemnation of such acts by the JNF and distance myself from the erasure of these villages and any inadvertent contribution that I unknowingly made to this process. In so doing, I pledge solidarity with the inhabitants of affected villages regarding their efforts to achieve social justice and in recording the real history of their expulsion. The violent displacement of one group of people by another is an act that has been outlawed by the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, and one that no moral society can condone. On this basis, I, together with other like-minded Jews, join with those affected by these acts. We apologize for what has been done in our name and pledge our joint efforts towards public recognition of both the historical realities that have led to their suffering and the need for appropriate reparations and redress.
تفضل عم يقدم شوية اسلم منه لا جاي يطلعوا علينا هيك خلينا نعرف نصور.
You want to take photos? Yeah.
وماهر يا ابو ماهر.
Thank you, Jessica. حجي استلمي منها لو سمحتي.